The last 2 years for Robert Saleh have been a tale of 2 seasons. 2019 Super Bowl had his big guns up front, Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas. He relied on his 4-man conventional rush to hit home. A lot of cover 4 behind it, cover 3, even some cover 6, cover 3 cloud. A lot of bland coverages rely on the 4-man pass rush. In 2020, drastically different. Bosa, Thomas get injured, and it obviously didn't end there. Niners' injuries were historic this past season, so he blitzed a lot more. He came up with a lot more exotic looks, and he pressed the issue. He's a guy who definitely wants to get to the quarterback. You just wouldn't know it based on some of the stuff he does due to personnel. No one game better exemplifies that than week 2 against the Jets. It's when Bosa was lost. It's when Thomas was lost. And the way Saleh started the game isn't the way he finished it. He adjusted big time. This is a good example of what you'll see from a Robert Saleh defense on 3rd and manageable. Protecting against the pass. 3rd and 5 here. Jets go empty. Darnold communicating pre-snap. Niners too high. Nearly a press look on both sides. 4-man front, but look at Saleh. He overloads one side, which he frequently does. He's not one of these DCs who'll put 7 at the line, double A gap show to drop. He's not that way. He'd rather run vanilla, rely on his pass rush, and sacrifice the one tech to make sure every other pass rush matchup is one-on-one. Here, Niners, cover 4 match. Darnold, nice completion for the first down. Let's go back, watch the coverage. Only a 4-man rush. Linebacker in the B gap will drop. Cover 4 across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. Match. First read. Too loose. And decent coverage all the way around. Good route. Who was that made the catch? We'll see from the other angle. Good route by whoever that is. Maybe it was Hogan. And Darnold does a good job. Nothing fancy on this play. Just gives you a good idea for what Saleh likes to do. Yeah, I think it was Hogan. And here, look at the Niners front. There goes Darnold. Doing some pre-snap stuff. Not a lot of flash. 4-man front. Put 3 on one side. Overload it. Linebacker in the B gap. He drops. Watch this one tech. Well, 2-eye. He'll loop, and he'll look to draw 2. He'll look to draw the guard and the center, so every other matchup is one-on-one. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all it is. 4-man rush with a cover 4 behind it. The 2-eye does its job. First down, but that's what Saleh does on 3rd and manageable. A lot. On the very next play, we see more standard Saleh. 4-man front. Loaded box. Gase and Gore get the better of him. I think it's an inside split zone, but we'll see. And as you can tell, standard front. You got your 1 tech, you got your 3 tech, you got your 2 ends. This is what Saleh loves to do. He's not going to pressure unless he has to. And even against the run, usually he feels comfortable in this sort of look. If you thought Robert Saleh just runs a straight 4-man front every single play, you'd be wrong. Here, 3rd and 3. You'll see it better from the other angle. Jets go 12 personnel out of the gun, try to run it, get completely stuffed. This is where they have to pass the ball, but hey, new regime coming in, that's a different topic. Press on the outside, single high, so that one-on-one space is there. But regardless, look at the front. It's pretty much a 3-4 principled front. And we'll see it better from the other angle. Linebacker gets really bullied by Becton. But it's a 3-4 front in essence. The linebacker drops down to take a 4-eye or slanted 3 look, however you want to look at it. Same with the DT on this side. And it's a 3-3-5. Not technically by personnel, but it's no standard 4-man front. DT, even though it's a linebacker. Nose tackle, 0. DT, wide 9, edges. Mike, linebacker, DB on tight end, DB on tight end. See, here Saleh is lighter than the offense. He's got a nickel against 2 tight ends. Usually it's the other way around. Usually he's heavier. He has no problem staying base if the offense goes 11 personnel. Sort of a 3-4 eagle front here if you're counting this guy as a D tackle. But it's really not. It's a 3-3-5, a 3-4 principled look out of a nickel, which Saleh doesn't run a lot, but has no problem doing so when he needs to. 3rd and 4, and Robert Saleh pulls a trick out of his bag. This one ain't so vanilla. 4-man front, widens the D tackles. Got a linebacker in the A gap. Overload blitz, although it's only a 4-man rush. It's not even a blitz. Watch, he'll drop Nick Bosa. He'll drop that linebacker. 3-man rush plus is that a DB or a linebacker? We'll see on the other side. Plus that rush right there makes it a 4-man blitz, delay drop by the other linebacker. Darnold, nice job on the speed out. Also had Herndon down the middle of the field. It looks to be a cover 3 cloud on the back end. Some form of it. This corner plays hard, plays the curl flat. This corner, this safety, deep thirds. But Darnold beats the corner, who doesn't have great positioning against the bunch, to the punch. And it's good completion. We highlight this play because it's different. It's more of what you saw from Saleh in 2020 after the injuries. This is still while he had Bosa, Solomon Thomas. But you know, you'll see this a lot. Wide 9 with the DNs, D tackles really further out, 5 tech. And even though it's elaborate, this one, middle linebacker bluffs. This linebacker comes, has nearly a free shot. He would have if Darnold didn't get rid of it. It's one of those rare elaborate blitzes from Robert Saleh, and the Jets make him pay. It was at this point of the game, midway through the first quarter, where Saleh figured out Gase. Even though the Jets were having success running the ball on early downs, Mekhi Becton, offensive line, was doing a tremendous job. Saleh started to figure out, all right, get the linebackers on the balls of their feet, ready for the run on early downs, and we will stay one step ahead. Look at this front. Another 3-4 principled front. Edges are wide. Nose tackle right on the center, trying to create pressure right up the gut. 2 D tackles in a 3 tech. Even though the Jets still had some success, Saleh's starting to figure out the game flow and what Gase is doing. At this point, Nick Bosa's out of the game. Solomon Thomas is out of the game. They're already without D Ford. Saleh continues with the heavy run pressure on early downs. This 4th and 1. Gase goes with 2 runs on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Saleh does the right thing, sells out. And truth be told, this is more a reflection on poor offensive football than great defensive football. But still, Saleh does the right thing, sells out in this situation, and stays a step ahead of the offense. You'll come to find out what he does against the pass without Bosa and Thomas very soon. At this point, Nick Bosa's lost, Solomon Thomas is lost for the game, for the season, but they probably know, Saleh probably only knows about the game. 21-3 Niners, 3rd and 3, Jets run it on 1st and 2nd down. That was a theme in this game. Gase was playing the chains, which is an outdated way of thinking. I know he's worried about the San Fran pass rush, but you can't play for 3rd down in today's league every time. Anyway, without his pass rushers, without Bosa, without Thomas, look at what Saleh does. Double A gap show. And he's eventually going to bring them. Man, doesn't hide the fact that it's man. Dares the Jets to go over the top. Has a single high safety on the left hash to the twin side, to the weak side. But look at Saleh. The point is he starts to get more exotic now that his pass rushers are gone. Remember, this is week 2, and that trend continued. He blitzed a lot more in 2020 as opposed to 2019. I forget the specific numbers off the top of my head, but I think 2019 he was 29th in the league in pressure. And I think 2020 he was 10th, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around those numbers. It was a drastic difference. Let's let it play out. Darnold completes it short of the first down. 6-man rush. The pressure gets it done. The man coverage is nice. Let's see how these two corners handle the rub action. Hogan, they stay with. And that's fine as long as you stay staggered. And they played it right. Outside on the number 1 target. Corner presses. Slot remains a little off to remain a little staggered. Got to be staggered here if you're going to stay with. And that's exactly what happens. Let's check it out from the wide view. Double A gap, something Saleh doesn't normally do a lot, to be honest. But without Bosa, without Thomas, right down the gut, serves a purpose, helps him against the pass, and could against the run as well. Instead of sitting back, relying on the 4-man rush to hit home, Saleh knows he can't do it. No Bosa, no Thomas, no Ford. Let's make things happen. Look at this look. Press on the outside, single high. Slot corner staggered. This way, if they stay with, they don't collide into one another. The nickel back, the slot corner, and the outside corner. But all that traffic at the line, that's not normally what Saleh does. He has no problem doing it. And had no problem doing it the rest of the way in 2020 thanks to the injuries. But this was part of the adjustment in this game. Instead of cover 4, cover 6, hanging back, relying on those studs up front, he understood he needed to manufacture pressure or at least confuse Darnold into thinking pressure was coming in a lot of big third down passing situations, and it worked. 1st and 10, Niners with a big lead, 24-6. So the defense is just, they're not playing crazy soft, but they're cognizant of not getting beat over the top. It's going to be a cover 3 here against a Twins look to the field side. Let's play it through, and then I want to show you something that's just tremendous. Darnold has nowhere to go. Tries to hit the flat at the last second. But this is coaching. This is tremendous. From this guy right here. We'll see who it is from the tight view. But watch this curl flat defender get depth. Pattern. Post in a corner, sort of a scissors action. More of a skinnier post, but regardless, scissors action. This flat curl defender, watch him get depth immediately. A lot of guys in a lot of schemes will get lost right around this area in this flat curl. And this post clearing out the deep third corner clears it out for the slot corner. And we'll see where Darnold's head is on the other view. But this guy getting depth is incredible, but he doesn't. But he does get depth. He doesn't take the bait and remain shallow because he understands his reads. He understands there's nobody else. There's no third read threatening his area. And if the third read comes from the backfield, that's the linebacker in a match scheme. So what a tremendous job. That's coaching. Is that the slot corner? No, it's a safety. So 4-3 base against 12 personnel. Twins, safeties in the slot. Great job in terms of awareness. Just understanding, positioning, the situation, and his individual reads within the cover 3. Again, 3rd and 10. Start of the 4th quarter. Look at Saleh's defense. Pressed on the outside, daring the Jets to go over the top. Beat him in one-on-one coverage. Exotic stuff up front. 7 across, bringing pressure. This is a direct result of the injuries. Another double A gap look. And this is what Darnold's looking at. He doesn't bring both of them. 1 bluffs. 5 or 6 come. And they get off the field on 3rd down. The Saleh extravaganza continues. The elaborate games up front. Standard coverages in the back continue after the Bosa and Thomas injuries. And he's doing whatever it takes to get to the quarterback. He's not afraid of Darnold beating him in one-on-one coverages, which if a quarterback and a receiver group and an offense can't do that, they've already lost. Here it is. Looks to be a 6-man rush on the back end. They bracket the slot. Pretty simple. If you're going to only roll with a 3-man route, Niners start too high. Look to be man to press on the outside. This safety is already tipping his hand that it's not a natural too deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-man rush with a green dog, I guess. Because this linebacker is responsible for Griffin. On this side, who's responsible for the back? Somebody is. It must be the edge player. So 4-man rush, 2 green dogs, 5 in coverage, and it's just man, loose with the safety, and the slot corner and the other safety bracket this slot receiver. And it's just that simple. Safety gets into position, inside leverage right away, knows where the chains are on 3rd down. And again, this is a good coaching example. Darnold has nowhere to go. Perhaps he didn't play it flat enough, this safety. But when you're up so many points at this stage of the game, you're not going to get hammered in the film room for that on Monday. Darnold has no chance. So Saleh, we saw the transformation take place before our very eyes in this game. From a vanilla 4-man rush with Bosa and Thomas with his guns to doing whatever it takes to get to the quarterback. Watch a stunt here on the left side, I believe I saw. Yep. And the pressure gets there. Darnold has no chance. Cover 1 robber, 4th quarter, huge lead, 31-6 at this point. We've been witnessing Saleh blitz, keep the pressure up despite the lead. No prevent here, and this is something he'll often do. Press, too high. Doesn't last that way. Watch this safety drive down. There he goes. Cover 1 robber. Darnold appropriately attacks the one-on-one. Offensive pass interference is called. They drew some defensive pass interferences in the 4th quarter as well. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. But they waited too long to attack the one-on-ones in this game. If a defense is giving you one-on-one, you have to take it. It's something they didn't do early in the season. It's something they ultimately did later, especially with Joe Flacco. And Saleh was giving it to him, and he kept giving it to him because the Jets wouldn't make him adjust. And that's the moral of the story. Saleh adjusted once his big pass rushers went out, started manufacturing pressure. But here is more what Saleh's MO is. 4-man front, straight 4-man rush, start too high, and either play cover 4, 6, 3, or even 1. 1 robber and drive one of the safeties down. And that's exactly what happens here. And Darnold opts for the right decision. Definitely the right decision. But driving that safety down, Saleh loves to do it. And it takes away so much of the intermediate stuff, especially over the middle. And they do it well. Here, wide 9. Good pass protection, good pocket, good choice. But the cover 1 robber gets it done. What started as a regular Saleh Niners dominant defensive look and scheme with personnel turned into the gospel for what they turned out to be the rest of the way during the 2020 season. How Saleh adjusted during this game against the Jets offense, which nobody should be patted on the back for stopping, was the template for how they adjusted and how Saleh adjusted during the entire season. Instead of a lot of soft stuff, cover 4, cover 6, 3, with 4-man rushes. He turned it all the way around. He started blitzing elaborately. He started putting guys in certain gaps, 7 across. His match zone principles were still there on the back end, but he understood instead of relying on that 4-man rush, most importantly, he needed to manufacture pressure. He did that, and on top of that, he really sold out against the run because Gase was just feeding him that idea the entire time without making him think twice. So Robert Saleh, how he plays defense, how he calls defense, how he coaches defense is mainly dependent on his personnel, and that's a tremendous thing.